Hello, 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 hello from the other side.
Sing it, baby.
Sasa tutaishi tu hivyo tu. Sasa hiyo ndio itakuwa kazi.
I can't believe
Hiyo ndio
If
itakuwa.
you have it, plant it. What is the matter? What is the matter?
You know the worst thing about Amina is she knew long
Sisho
ago
Yanze.
that she can sing.
Sisho Yanze.
She had a short stint. You know when you go to Octopizzo's song and Svia Kenanini song, people are there still asking, ni kama Rihanna, come back, please come back to music.
To be honest, it feels nice when people say that. I'm not gonna lie. But I thought when you were starting off with the worst thing about Amina, I was like, I am not toxic. But I am not a bully.
No, but that's not the worst thing.
There are others? There could be more because I cannot trend this year again.
Sisho Yanze.
Maybe sometimes in October.
Yeah.
But hello, Mato. Hello, Cindy.
Hi, Amina. Hi, Kwach.
Hi, Kwach. Thank you.
Love.
Thank you. Azikwangi zangu lakini neza ziva.
Like,
Hello, TJ Collection was good. Brian Babu, my stylist. I have a whole team. This is not how I look. This is why when I meet people, when I'm not doing the show, they ask me if I am related to Amina. It is so offensive. They're like, unajua msichana anaitwa Amina, anafanya Nation. I'm like, it's me.
Amina, I already told you, your sister looks more you offline than you.
yeah,
true.
she does. Oh my God, that is so
Let's just start the show. I feel like this is really good for my esteem. Let's start the show. My name is Amina Abdirabba. I am the host. Okay. Let's just look at the headlines. Let's look at the stories that were trending. Let's start off.
The procedure, it is around 1 hour, and then he has a good erection. Show me the procedure.
Kwach must be so happy about this surgery because now he finally has hope. I'm kidding. What a milestone for the Aga Khan Hospital as they perform a successful surgery on a patient. And I cannot wait to hear what the panel has to say about this particular surgery. Doubting Thomases are back again to dispute Bahati's gifts toward his wife, Diana. How true are these gifts, though? People, why the hate? Stick around for more. Indigenous indeed, this young boy has allegedly been swindling Tinder swindler, swindling Kenyans with his trickery ways. But how? Find out more on the other side of this bumper. There's a lot that we talk about before, like we actually talk on air. But okay, so now the Twitter handle is at the Trend Live. The hashtag is TTTT. Like, you have met all of my panelists. I think it's time for us to get straight into the story. Now, this story has made headlines. This is to turn on the interwebs. Sometimes Kenyans can get very cheeky with such stories, but here it is. Aga Khan University Hospital in Nairobi has successfully treated a patient suffering from erectile dysfunction through the region's first penile implant procedure. And I must say that this was long overdue. Kudos to the team, because I don't know, I've just been hearing about things like this online for a long time. You know, friends complaining, neighbors complaining. And I think that this is great. And I know that we talk so much about cosmetic surgery for women, whether it's liposuction or BBL or boob jobs. And this shouldn't be any different for men, because this isn't something that they would want.
Cosmetic. That's to add on to something when there is no problem.
But even this one, you're adding on to
no,
you.
here there is a problem
There's
that
a
you
problem.
need to fix.
I'm
very
trying to-
serious.
You're improving quality of life.
This is almost like corrective surgery.
It is.
No, but
Unafurahi hadi unalia.
Sasa sikia.
I thought you were going to say furahi. But men shouldn't be embarrassed to seek surgery. Aki Cindy.
Yeah.
Cindy.
No.
I think-
You have to pick us. You can't give us character development and soft copies. We just cannot.
I think guys.
We just can't.
Stop. Did you just say soft copy?
Yeah, we need, you know,
I thought ladies are all about the soft life.
No.
Kwa hiyo wasichana hii town sio masofti. It's not working like that.
Okay. Dad, turn off the TV right now.
Hey,
Turn it off.
My mom is what?
Historia ni ngumu.
The hard
Okay.
life is a hard
This
knock life.
Dun, dun. It's a hard knock life. Dun, dun. It's a hard knock
no,
life.
but really, if you're one of those guys who, you know, were left because of this situation, it's time to text her back, tell her there's hope, tell her that now, because this really is a breakthrough. Medically, it is really a breakthrough because it has been proven that a lot of marriages have been facing a hard time. Oh, sorry. No, guys.
No hard times there.
I took it seriously for a while. I was on my phone
But
for
Coach,
like
No,
20
well,
minutes.
okay, sawa.
People are actually listening to you, Coach.
Well, the marriages have been facing hard times because of not facing
Oh
hard
my
times.
God.
Yeah.
So, and now this is
my
really,
God.
it is really a good thing that is happening because now it will go towards, you know, better reproductive health. And generally, as it's a breakthrough medically, because now from here onwards is just upwards.
Well, thank you, Coach.
Oh my God.
I think they should
Coach has spoken for me, by
they
the
should
way.
they should put the slogan of Aga Khan to
Yeah.
be Aga Khan Hospital, making strong foundations for families since 2022.
Yes.
And you know, wait, Mato, when did you join the show, The Trend? 2019?
2019, yes.
So from 2019, when I tell you that Mato has been rising to the occasion, every single joke he has delivered, because tonight has been very special. Let me just tell you that. But I just want to ask you guys this, because you're men, right?
Yeah.
Isn't this a problem that so many men face in society today? And we're talking about Kenya, and we're so embarrassed about it. But if it's an issue that you have, you can go and you know, get treatment, right?
It's not something that's very easy to talk about, especially so. In most cases, it's the woman who will feel the effects of it.
Yeah.
Most men will lash out because this is a pain point. It's a bruise to the ego and, you know, to their personalities. Of course, because I personally know of a friend whose husband had the same situation. This came immediately after they had gotten their first child. So then things were okay. Then afterwards, vitu zikaumana. So as she was sharing, alikuwa akiniambia tu, yani, it's so hard. They go.
Things went south.
Yeah.
They go to the hospital. There's only so much that can happen at that time, especially if they're not well off financially. And then it becomes a very hard topic to discuss at home.
Yes.
But this is actually a very good thing that is actually
And you know,
happening.
you know, even socially, when you guys are having problems because of this kind of an issue, and then now you're called for a family meeting to explain, shida iko wapi? This becomes such a hard, it becomes such a tricky topic to go around. It becomes such a tricky
There's
topic.
no other way to go around it. It's
Yes,
a very hard
it becomes such a
topic.
tricky topic to go around because the kind of taboo that has been put around this subject becomes something you can't easily speak about. But also I hope that even as they make the breakthrough, it will be affordable to even those who can, you know, who have this problem but do not have the financial muscle to seek it in, you know,
So
if it is
unasema
expensive.
wale wako huko chini waweze kuipata.
Wapande juu. I don't
Wainuliwe.
walio chini
Wainuliwe.
wapande. Cindy, I want to hear where you're coming from.
What else can I add?
I mean, I had like a whole list, like a whole.
Amina, what's happening?
I was on my phone when we started this topic because I was trying. I took a screenshot of the press release when, you know, when Aga Khan sent it to all the newsrooms, and I was like, how are the vernacular stations?
Yeah, going to talk
Transiting,
about
going about it.
I saw you asked
Yeah,
about
you saw,
Inoro.
right? I was like, how are they
Inoro
going to
and
broadcast
Kameme.
this news? Because, you know, there are some certain things that unfortunately in vernacular are just very vulgar.
They are.
It's true. We can laugh just because, you know, it is what it is. But it's important that we're also recognizing the fact that men do have issues with reproductive health. Yeah. That is a very major issue. And if there's a way that it can be sorted, then that's good. I don't know why it was. I don't know why it was announced the way it was. You know, I'm just like,
yeah, it's sort of
like breaking news, like the world is about to end because
but
now
it is
men
breaking
can't.
news.
Oh, it shouldn't have been that big. It reminded
that's
me.
the thing.
You remember the time
This
when
is big news. Like, you guys, Yani, you can't just downplay it like that. It was
enough for there to be a press release.
Yeah.
For there to be, you know, videos of him in surgery saying now he's going to have a very nice, and you're like, what?
Do you guys remember when at Kenyatta National Hospital they reattached someone's hand who had been, you know, completely cut off?
Yeah, because of domestic abuse.
Yeah, and it was the same. It was the same kind of, you know, press for it. This is literally the same thing.
First of all,
we are reattaching your masculinity.
No, Quach. That's a very different story. That's an inspiring, hopeful story that, you know, sort of like shows. Yes, because for so many women who suffer.
No, that's not this color that it was given. It was almost
Macho,
like
this is not.
I am shocked.
Yeah, like they discovered the cure of cancer. Like,
I am shocked.
See how they downplay our issues.
You know, that's why I'm really shocked that when a breakthrough has been made, it's
Quach. Macho just told me, so this is not an uplifting story.
Yeah, it is.
And he was not saying it in the way. Anyway, you know what? Listen, it's just that the domestic violence case that we were discussing many months back was, you know, supposed to be inspiring to give hope to so many women and men who have suffered under the hands of their partners when it comes to SGBV or just generally, you know, gender-based violence. And they know now that, you know, you can get your limbs attached, you can get this and that done. And you know what, for the men, we're not, to be honest, we're not bashing you. You know, we are all jokes, you know, on this show, but we're not bashing you. If you need to go seek treatment, go seek treatment. And if you're with a woman who cares about you and who loves you and who's patient with you, she will understand, because just the same way you have problems, women also have so many issues. And if we expect you to understand us, then I think that it's only fair for us to also stand by you when you have just, you know what, stand. I didn't think about it. No one has to stand. Just let's take a break. This is a bad, let's just take a break.
At least now you can stand by yourself. No one is.
We're going to be back. Let's take a break. Welcome back. You're watching TTTT. Quach, you've got some tweets? We
thought it was bad in here. It's worse online.
Okay.
A DJ Triple is saying that this is a wake-up call to all the men. Geoffrey Jams is saying, sahi hautaenda Aga Khan ukiwa tu na amani kutibiwa malaria.
We have a special.
You know?
2 for 1.
At Wheezy, the cool kid is saying, so this dude will just get back to streets like he never left and nothing happened. Yeah? Midday Sun is saying, every man is now obligated to obey the standing orders. Like, you guys are going on and on and on and on.
Read so many. Read more.
Yeah?
We have J_Mundat saying, you guys have kicked TTT today on a hard high note.
What? I think that's just bad. A DJ, Game Master is saying, the reason the procedure had to be news material is because it is the first successfully done procedure in East and Central Africa. It was a medical milestone.
That's
Umesikia wanadada?
That's
you guys here?
That's big. Yeah. Have you guys ever read that meme? And I'm trying to say this in the most PG way ever.
Yeah.
If women had to reach the end for them to for them to, you know, bear children, then there would be
the world would never have kids.
There would be so few of us.
Have you guys, you've seen that meme,
yes,
right?
I have. The world would never have children.
So I'm thinking, like, with surgeries like these ones, maybe like this is what's going to save humanity. Quach, I don't know. I don't know. I also don't know. You know what? No,
you know, if another catastrophe was to happen today, you just need one man to survive. And at least one woman, and you're sure we'll get back to 7 billion.
I don't think so.
Especially if they're from Luo Nyanza. Let me tell you, we can fill the world and populate.
You really can. You really can.
6 years.
Yeah.
You really can.
6 billion.
I feel like.
But how come that has never reflected in our population? Ama ni venye tuko na wengine Central, tuko na wengine kwa Warges, tuko na wengine.
Because many are not claimed. But I'm telling you, if the census was done through DNA, my friends,
half this country would be Luos.
Yes,
so, okay, listen. There is this theory that Luo men give the best character development.
Oh, I was like,
when you start like that,
I was like, no, it's not even 10. It's not even 10, please.
I mean, your husband is a Luo man.
Stop. You know what? Let's talk about Diana. I just, you know what? You guys, this is too much. They should just...
You mean let's talk about D?
Let's talk about Diana B and B. Local celebrity couple Kevin Bahati and Diana Marwa's extravagant gifts to one another are very good. You know what? And someone, you know, as someone who knows them in person, congratulations to the both of them for being so happy and in love and celebrating their love in a way that so many other content creators and YouTubers do so around the world. However, the public feels like it's too good to be true. That Kenyans are now having a hard time believing that they're even real. From the cars to the houses to all of the other extravagant gifts that they have ever exchanged, they're all being questioned. Hini wivu, hini hate. What is it? When I saw them exchanging, you know, gifts,
right.
Shout out to Bahati, when he gave the house, when he gave the V8, I was like, yes, that's what men, you know, like if you're in a relationship. I saw a comment that said,
right.
ati Bahati na Diana wanakufanya unafeel kama una dating ngamia. But it's because if your boyfriend or your partner or your significant other is not doing what they're doing, then you feel bad. And then you start looking on social media like Kenna and you say, can never be me.
Can never be
Don't
me.
be mad. I mean, I don't know. I didn't doubt them, but let me start off with Cindy. Cindy, what do you think?
I think it sets off a precedent that this is how life should be, and if you've not reached that caliber of lifestyle, then you're not living to your fullest potential. And I understand that in every advertisement there's a little bit of falsehood because it's all about playing with the psyche. And we also talked about this off camera where, you know, there are companies that can approach you and say, hey, we've got cars, we've got houses, why don't you sell, then push this as your lifestyle and we'll give you a cut. And that's well and good. They've made bank. But what they don't realize, especially with the kind of youth that we have, 65% of our population are below the age of 18 and consuming this sort of media. Now they have unrealistic expectations of what life is. Most people, to be honest, even the working class cannot afford a 23 million shilling house. People are still struggling to get 50 by 50, 100 by 100, and now the economy is getting even worse. So I worry about the social effect that these gimmicks are giving. But I'd like to throw it to Mato, because I think among the four of us, Mato creates the most content with his family. And would you, Mato, if you are approached by these car yards and realty companies, would you pause and say you own a house that you don't own?
I think that's the reason why sijaomoka mpaka sahi, because we try to keep our content as realistic as possible.
Right.
We try to show life as it is. Because ideally, and the one thing that I really do not like about this country is who says what to get what, but they don't say how to get it. We have politicians who will tell you, work hard as a Kenyan citizen, and then see, this is the results of my hard work. Lakini kuna kitu wanafanya kando. You'll have, you know, pastors, preachers, people of the word of God, you know, saying, yes, the Lord has blessed me, but you had to put in work somewhere. What work was that you put in for you to get there? So we have this extravagance that has been displayed by the Bahatis. Yes, there are some bits of it that are true and can be verified and confirmed. And then there are others that you're like, hey, okay, apa, sijui.
But I don't know.
At the end of the day, they are doing their job, which is Kiki. And we are talking about them. And whoever is going to hear us talking about them now and
we'll
did
go
not
on their
know
page and
about
check it
them,
out.
will go and check it out. And probably they were looking for somebody to paint their walls. And then they realize, oh, these guys had somebody who painted their walls. I think I will want that.
My question is, why do we assume that it's fake or cloud chasing? Again, I ask this as someone who doesn't really share as much, you know, about their personal life. There's a time someone asked me, why is it my page is more about business? I never noticed, right? And there's some of us who make money because they post about their personal lives and people relate to it. But why do we question and doubt so much? Is it because we are feeling bad that they are doing well? Is it that we're just not the ones doing as well? So we are like, wait, how are you buying a mansion in this economy during these times? So not only was it a mansion, it was a V8, it was all these things. Was this the intention for us to be on a show like this with millions of viewers around the country to talk about this story Was that the intention?
I think, Amina, when you live in a world that we live in now, it would be naive to not question it, because we are just coming at the back of stories like Akina Tinda Swindler, Akina Sijui. You know, there are so many other things, people who are online that have used this kind of tactic to portray the lives that they are not living. That if you, that's why Kenyans are questioning, because they're really asking for you to be able to buy this now, to buy this then, to buy this again, to buy this. Of course, it goes to the also to the other area of, you know, in 3 years, in 2 years you bought 3 cars. It's none of us is business, but we are just saying that if you're going to give us pressure, give us legit pressure.
Yes,
we are also.
Thank you.
Cindy,
That's a point.
real quick before we take a break.
That's a point. Something to note. Do you know that less than 25% of Kenyans own mortgages? So that goes to ask you, if somebody is purchasing this kind of cars and living that kind of lifestyle, and they are not captains of industry. I mean, they don't have a manufacturing plant somewhere producing things that people are buying, then you have to question the legitimacy of their claims or the legitimacy of their money. Take it to bank. No one in Kenya can own a 23 million shilling house. 27 million out of your salary, out of endorsements.
And it's not the house.
Not in this economy.
The problem is not the house, it's the people. Because a precedence has been set by these same people as far as, you know, I wouldn't say peddling falsehood, but saying something that is contrary to the exact truth. These people have done that before. Just that.
I don't. Okay, so let me ask you. Okay, so I'll throw this back to Mato because he's the only proper content creator in our entire squad right here on the. No, I mean,
we are not proper.
When you say proper,
I'm sorry. So Kwach also does content creation with Jackie Vike. I'm sorry.
What?
And also, I forgot. I'm sorry. No, I was just saying that because he does share his family. Does it like? Is there money to be made if you want to exaggerate? And be honest, because there's so many people who are watching, there's so many people who are talking about their lives and their families on YouTube. Should they be real? And if you exaggerate and if you lie and create this falsehood, is there a financial gain to it? So,
two things. There is the individuals, and then there are the characters that the individuals have created. Clearly, we are enjoying characters that Kevin Bahati and Diana Marua have created for us to enjoy of their lives. That's all I can say. These are characters that we are watching. So, these characters can have whatever kind of story at any time. Does it pay? Yes. The intention is to have eyeballs. And if the eyeballs are there, you have the money.
So there's nothing like negative publicity?
I mean,
I think there
even
is.
you know.
I think
even
there is.
you, Amina, you know. Do you want us to go back to that story? Even you know.
Too soon, Mato. Too soon. Hey, at least Paka Easter.
After Christmas. It's too soon, fam. I was just chilling. I was just
violence everywhere.
When we come back after the break, as you can see, I'm not even spared on this show. I'm not spared. But when we come back, not if we are. I mean, I don't know. The jokes we made at the beginning of the show were too much. But when we come back, we're going to read some of your comments on Twitter at the Trend Live. The hashtag is TTTT. There we go. So just tell us, what do you think? Is it fake? Is it real? I think I'm going to call Bahati after this, and I'll see if I can find him so that he can tell us if this is real, if this is fake, and what is the gain to all of this. It doesn't make any sense. When we come back after the break, some more stories you do not want to miss. Oh my goodness. Kenya ranked best in the world. In what though? In what? Find out after this. And welcome back. Cindy, we're back. Welcome back. We're back. Okay, so Cindy, what did you want to say?
I was like, some of these comments, can we really read them?
No. About the first story about Aga Khan, we have moved past.
We have moved
on. No. There are others.
Let me read this one by Michael Mitchford. Says, this story is well explained by Cindy and Mato. Kere wako wapi? The real life is not on the TV. TV is for entertainment, so display by Bahati and Diana should not be taken as real. We have Limobo Toli, who says, wait until these celebrities fall sick and start asking for help from their fans. Then you'll realize they usually aren't what they portray.
At Omolo E254 is saying Diana akona bahati na sisi hatuna, sasa tutadu. That's like
But okay, this is my thing, right? It is not their responsibility to be role models. They're just doing whatever it is that serves them right now. And I know I sound like now at Tete, I'm just playing the devil's advocate because I can tell that my entire panel is on the other side, and it's only fair for me to wonder why is it their job?
To provoke
Why
thought.
is it their job?
No,
like,
but
to
Amina,
raise your
Amina,
kids,
you know,
or to
also-
make sure that people are, I don't know, like...
Also, I wanted to say, Amina, if
Yeah.
it really is, it is one thing, it would be very nice if they're doing it for real, but if they're doing it as a
faking
means of making livelihood, then I think I admire them more, because kwa hii nchi yenye maisha ni ngumu, they have figured out a way to maneuver.
I think
you know?
Mr. Bukwach wewe
To make
unaambiwa
the
hivi,
point.
Yes.
people should learn to clap for others when they achieve. Bahati and Diana are hard working. Pesa pia ni yao. Watu waache kuchanganya hasira na umaskini.
Thank you.
But that's the thing.
Mtakufa.
Ouch.
But that's the thing. But
That
that's
is so
the thing.
painful.
But that's the thing. Pesa sio yao. Yes, they've been paid for the promotion, but pesa sio yao.
Cindy.
We were talking before the break that media and everything consumed now is like art, and art is a reflection of society. So it goes to show that in the root cause of our society, it's all about lies. We're not moving in a genuine manner. We are not having genuine relationships. We're not being our genuine self. And it might seem very trivial, but if you move on in perpetuity, it will cause issues. We won't even be able to, you know, have a basic unit like the family that is sound.
There's
So
a reason, Cindy, why they
it
said...
has a ripple effect.
There's a reason why they said they asked the cigarette companies to stop advertising cigarette smoking like it's a cool thing.
Yeah.
At the
That's
end of the
true.
day, you have a responsibility to the society. Just
Yeah.
do your part.
That's true. Okay, guys, again,
yes.
it's not the Diana Bahati show. They have their own reality show. Subscribe to their channel. I don't know what's going on right now, but I still believe that it's not their responsibility. But again, to each their own. We do live in a very different world, and all the parents, I think it's high time that you talk to your kids about the influence that they can get when they watch social media, YouTube included. All right, so now let's go to Uganda. A family in Uganda is reeling from shock after a medical examination on their daughter, who returned from Saudi Arabia, showed her right kidney had been removed. Judith Nankintu underwent a mysterious surgery while in Saudi, and her employer only told her that she had sustained injuries in an accident. A report by the BBC indicated that the mother of 5 returned home in a wheelchair, and to the shock of her family members, she was also struggling to speak as she was partially paralyzed. This is such a heartbreaking story. And before you guys go ahead to make all these jokes about how, oh, but we have read about Saudi all these years, why are people still going back? Then that means you've never been in a desperate or sad situation to make money, to either bail your family out of hospital bills, or just generally the life bills are just too many. When it comes to rent, food, fees, it's a lot.
No
I
jokes.
think my question has
jokes.
always been not on the side of why do people go back. My question is, why is it that nothing is ever done?
Yes.
True.
Is it because we are afraid? Is it because of, you know, diplomatic relationships of, oh, why is it that something has never been done? You know, the way when there is a diplomatic tension between countries, like now when we had the cow story between us and DRC, you could see quick reactions between two governments, not between just two people. So you would expect that when these stories happen, when we see people being thrown from balconies, I'm sorry, that's graphic, but we've seen it before.
Yeah, we have.
We've seen ridiculous stories of people saying how they've been locked up in houses for how long. All those things that happen in the, you know, in the UAE.
Yeah.
How is it that it has never been a government-to-government issue? Like, how is it that they have never said that we are sending you our people, but please make sure this is not how you treat our people when they come there?
Because thank you so much, Kwat, for bringing up that question. Do you guys remember when they went and then they said that it's because women, when they go there, they're trying to, what did they say? Was it?
Appease themselves
You
to the
don't remember?
bosses.
Thank
Yes.
you, Kwat.
Yes.
That is what they said. They said that the women, when they go there, they either seduce the employers, so if you have the people who are representing you going there to say that it is your fault for you to be treated the way you're being treated, I don't understand what's supposed to happen. And it's so unfair. It is so unfortunate. Let me tell you, when you see some of the stories, when you see some of the videos on TikTok of what it is that they go through, the food that they eat, they're given food that has remained after the dog has eaten. It's too much. It's too much. Okay,
really
so now,
is.
I'm sorry we're out of time, so we have to go right to the next story. Now, a photo, I don't know if you guys saw this, but a photo of a boy in the streets here in Nairobi emerged after allegedly he was being accused of running a scam with with this very trick. So he scatters eggs on the ground and then he starts crying, gets all emotional, and has people helping him because, you know, he would have made more money
selling the eggs.
No. He would have made more money being given donations as opposed to him actually selling the eggs.
Yeah.
Unimse
Ameamua ni smart.
Mkenya.
I think this person is doing exactly what the influencers are doing, playing on your emotions.
Yes.
This is exactly what they are doing, that they know he is commercializing. Only that it is on a smaller scale. He is commercializing your feelings. Anaona vizuri, nikikwambia ununue mayai, hata nikichemsha, you will not buy it because you don't want to eat it.
Okay.
Lakini when I play to your sympathy,
when I cry,
you know, ukiona tumachozi twangu, that's why I said, kama sikujui, I have a whole list of people that I can help.
But Kenyans are very sympathetic. I mean, there are people who still pull scams of, you know, medical appeal. There was one the other day, I think we talked about it on the show. Yeah. Some social media lady also lied, I don't know about what, and she got almost 500,000 shillings.
Yes.
It just goes to show that deep down inside, we are honestly good people.
Yeah.
You know, we feel for guys, and that is why, unfortunately, we are very gullible. I just hope that that side of us is not tainted too much.
Yeah.
Mato?
Mtoto ni star.
Ni star? That's it?
Mimi sina kitu kingine ya kusema.
Okay.
Mtoto ni star. Anajitafutia.
You guys.
Ika Nairo. Vitu ni ngumu. Wewe jitafutie.
Mtoto wa kisheli. Guys.
Listen. Have you guys noticed that there are some people who have been, and I don't know if this is something other people have experienced, but there's a guy who sells pencils in town.
Yeah, in a suit.
And there is you guys know him?
Yeah,
I've bought
and there is a guy
him.
who plays the
harmonica.
The harmonica.
Right near
Kencom.
KCB.
Yeah.
Yes. And then there's another guy. You guys know all these people. Wait,
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Is the
So
concept.
the
The
guy
harmonica has been there for like 10, 15 years.
And then the guy for the pencils has been there forever.
Yeah.
Then there's another guy who dances near Nairobi Cinema. And when I tell you there's so many, and I'm so sure we know all of them. There's another guy who tells you, "Aki sijakula. Mimi the last time nimekula." And then he tells you, "Ata usinipatie pesa nipeleke tu kwa hoteli." I don't know how.
Then
Maybe
because you
this
don't
is the
have time, you
hustle.
just decide to give him the
There's
money.
a lady on Valley Road, right outside Serena, when you're coming into town. She also has been there for many years. And I'm always wondering, is this because they know how much money they get from what it is
The
that
Asian lady in the car.
can give them?
There's an Asian lady in a car, especially Parkland
Yes,
High Ridge.
the old lady.
The old lady who
near,
stops you.
not Archives.
Yes, she stops. No, this one is in Parklands High Ridge. She's actually in her car. And
Yes.
she stops you and she says, you know, I've run
I'm
out of fuel.
lost and I
please."
have no money.
And then you look at her, you're like, hey, she's driving a car, she must be genuine. It's a con.
Con.
It's
Let's
a
just be
100%
careful.
con.
And I feel like, you know, it's so unfair because there's so many other people who you would have helped.
Genuine.
But then you
Genuine.
question. I don't know. I bet we've all been stopped at some point and someone is like, I'm lost. I'm from Sijui where.
Oh,
And-
nimetoka Kenyatta sina fare.
And you're like, nah, bruh, you
No,
are
stop
lying
it.
to me. Na mimi
Stop
pia
it.
sina
Kwanza wale
pesa.
unajua mahali charity sweepstake iko.
Ah.
Kwa sababu najua nimeshinda bilioni
Let me tell you, I
moja.
understand
Si tunaweza
Butika.
ngawana hii ukinionyesha ni wapi ama nikupe wewe uende nayo. Mimi nipatie tu 500,000 ama unipatie 200, hiyo 800 uchukue ni yako.
Okay, Cindy, we have to close the show. Yes, Cindy?
Remember when Butita was in the show, he said people used to call him a snob because they'd stop him in town and he wouldn't stop. It's like, me, I'm not stopping.
I'm not
you
stopping.
hold me, then I faint and I don't know.
Yeah, don't stop.
Butita paranoid.
It's a very tricky line between generosity, between generosity and whatever it's called, enabling. Don't enable.
Anyway, so to be honest, after I trended, I just say hi to everyone. I'm just like, hi.
It's just like,
Hi.
I
know you
hi,
might
hi.
kill me, but
Catch you at 10 p.m. Listen, we have Tanasha Donna, Wambosha, Maxine, and we have a lot of other names and I can't mention
Moya
them right now
David.
because they're about to close out the show. Make sure that you watch the news right now. My colleague Olive, the beautiful Olive Barrows, is about to come on. My name is Amina Abdurrabba. Catch you at 10 p.m. Thank you so much to my panelists. Catch you at 10. Bye.